Pa 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 pa. Pa 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 pa. Pa pa. Aruka pa 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 pa. Aruka pa 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 pa. Aruka pa 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 pa.
Buckle up, travelers. Your plan in our tropical nation is now possible again during this time of pandemic. As we embrace the new normal, of course, changes and protocols were made to ensure the safety of both travelers and locals. That is why we have to follow every COVID-19 safety protocols. Now to help you remember easily, you just need to think of the word SAFE. S-A-F-E. Social distancing should be observed. Next is A. Always wear your face mask and face shield to ensure your safety against the virus. F. Frequently sanitize. That is why we suggest to have your alcohol at all times. And E. Enjoy and be extra careful. Make the most out of your every travel, but always make safety your top priority. And before you travel, it's better that you are well aware of your destinations. That is why we are also here to help you get to know the two regions that a lot of Filipinos take pride in the country. Bicol and Western Visayas. Maray na aga sa inyong gabos. Welcome to Region 5, or also known as Bicol Region. This region is located in the southernmost tip of Luzon. It has a total land area of 17,362 square kilometers, representing 5.67% share of the Philippines in terms of land area. And it is considered as the gateway of Luzon to the Visayas and Mindanao. It is also composed of 4 contiguous provinces, 2 islands, and 7 cities.
The provinces of Bicol Region: Camarines Norte, Bicolandias Gold Mine. Camarines Sur, world's smallest fish and higher climbs. Albay, land of the world's most perfect cone. Sorsogon, Bicol's whale shark paradise. Catanduanes, eco adventure paradise. And lastly, Masbate, the rodeo country of Bicol.
As for Bicol's flora and fauna, we are now with Manoy Gab, one of the farmers here in Bicol, and he will show us the different plants and animals that are abundant in this region.
Marahing nabanggi manay at sa inyo gabos, join me as we explore the plants and animals here in Bicol. For the plants, palay was the major temporary crop. Second is corn, sugarcane, fruit-bearing vegetables, fruits and bulbs were among the other major temporary crops. Moreover, coconut and pineapple are the major permanent crops. And of course, abaca, the most important permanent crop. Now let us move forward to the fauna here in our region. The abundant number of livestock here according to agriculture sector in Bicol region was hogs, carabao, cattle, goats, and horses. And that is all for the flora and fauna here in Bicol. Diyos mabalos.
Now, come with us to learn the Bicolano languages, cultures, traits, and beliefs.
And of course, the famous food delicacies of each thereof provinces.
Mama! Welcome to Camarines Norte. Their language here is Manide. And Manay, did you know that they believe on spirits, which affects their daily lives? And in terms of food, they have sinantol, kinunot, pinangat, laing, and ginataang bilo-bilo.
Now, we are in Camarines Sur. The language spoken here is Rinconada Bicol. Camarines Sur people are warm, hospitable, friendly, sweet, and known for being religious. They have many foods such as kinalas, toasted siopaw, pandenada, Bicol Express, and pinangat.
Welcome to the place with world's most perfect volcanic cone, Albay! Bicol is the primary language spoken here. Albayos are known to be resilient, gracious, happy, and accommodating. When it's come to their foods, Albayanos have silly ice cream, guhobatan ng ganisa, and pili nuts.
Welcome to Sorsogon. Their language here is called Visayan and Bicol. Sorsogeños have virtue of strength and known for being hardworking. As for their foods, they have ensaladang lato, sinunod papagi, and kinagang.
The Eco Adventure Paradise, Catanduanes. Bicol language is the common language used here with different nuances and variations in tones. The people here are known for being religious because the Catholic religion is heavily practiced throughout the island. That is why some of their festivals are centered on religious holidays. In terms of food, they have sinalpungan and tinumok.
Last is Masbate. They have their own language here, which is known as Niñasban. And like the other province, their beliefs are also integrated to animism and the Roman Catholicism. When it comes to food, they have rimas and sutukil.
Oh, adyan ka parang manay?
Iyo nga ni, dadigdi, ako ta, igwa ako i-share sa ating viewers. To let them know more about sa atong region, it is about 4 A's.
The accessibility, attractions, accommodation, and activities.
Yes, and let's start with the accessibility. To reach the province of Camarines Norte by land, you can take a bus in Pasay or Cubao terminal bound to Daer. And by air, you can take the nearest airport, which is in Naga and Camarines Sur. Then, take a public van or bus to Daer Camarines Norte. You are already here, you can go to Bagasbas Beach, which is known as the surfing capital of Bicol. There are lots of activities that you can do here, like camping, surfing, hiking, and highland hopping. And once you get tired, don't worry. You can stay at Nathaniel Hotel in Pamorangon and Dolor Hotel in Daet.
Our next stop is Camarines Sur, and to go there by air, there are flight services operated by Philippine Airlines, Cebu Pacific, and Cebgo. And by land, you can also go to Cubao or Pasay Bus Terminal to ride the bus going to Naga. Camsur Water Sports Complex is one of the best tourist spots here in Camsur, which is considered as the first world-class water sports complex in the Philippines and Asia. As for the activities, you can go try wakeboarding, chase waterfalls, hike, and more. For the accommodations, you can stay at Tugawe Cove Resort in Caramuan and the Avenue Plaza Hotel in Naga.
We are now off to see the most beautiful perfect cone volcano in Albay. By air, there are direct flights from Naiya to Legazpi Airport, usually through Cebu Pacific and Philippine Airlines. And by land, you can ride a bus from Manila to Albay. Buses regularly depart from Cubao and other stations to Legazpi. And for the attractions, of course, we have Mayon Volcano, which is called the world's most perfect volcanic cone because of the symmetry of its shape. The activities we can do here in Albay are hiking trails, shark diving, eco tours, etc. And for the accommodation, you can stay at Casablanca Suites and Legazpi Tourist Inn.
We are heading to Sorsogon. If you want to go to Sorsogon by plane, it will be the most comfortable way. You have to ride a plane to Legazpi Airport. Once in the airport, get a tricycle to bus terminal where you can get a bus or a van going to Sorsogon. And by land, there are daily buses leaving Manila from EDSA, Araneta Cubao, Alabang, Buendia, and Pasay. One of the tourist attractions that you must visit here is the Old Barcelona Church and Ruins, which is considered as one of the oldest churches and the most well-preserved church in the entire province. The activity you can do in this province are windsurfing, scuba, and shark diving. And for the accommodations, we have Fernando's Hotel and Asia Novo Boutique Hotel in Sorsogon City.
And now, we are going to Happy Island! To reach Catanduanes by air, you can book a flight to Legazpi, Albay, or Virac, Catanduanes. And by land, from Cubao or Pasay, you can ride a bus bound to Tobaco, Albay. Then ride a ferry to Virac or San Andres Port. The attraction you can visit here is the Talisay Beach, which is known for a clean and well-kept beach that features a miraculous rock structure strongly resembling the head of Jesus Christ. Activities that you can do in this province are snorkeling, beach hopping, hiking, and more. And for the accommodation, you can stay at Catanduanes Midtown Inn and Winston Event Garden in Sorsogon.
For our last stop, we will go to Masbate. To reach it by land, there's a daily trip going from Manila to Masbate via Roro Bus, in which the terminal is located at Cubao, and by air, Cebu Pacific is flying daily from Manila. The attractions you can visit here is the Batongan Cave, which is one of the off-beaten tourist spots in Masbate. Locals believe that it is a meteor that crashed here millions of years ago. It has several openings that lead to an underground river and prehistoric caves. Here, you can discover a hidden paradise at Palani White Beach, enjoy the sandbar of Buntod Reef Marine Sanctuary, and of course, be a cowgirl and cowboy for a day. Once you get tired, you can stay at GV Hotel Masbate and Sabine.
Maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Welcome to Western Visayas. This region is located in central Philippines and consists of the major island of Panay and the smaller Guimaras, as well as several outlying islands. It has a total area of 35.7% of the total land area of the Visayas and 6.7% of the Philippines.
The provinces of Western Visayas. Aklan, the Philippines' oldest province. Antique, Marble Central of Panay. Capiz, seafood capital of the Philippines. Guimaras, mango country of Visayas. Iloilo, heritage haven of Panay. And Negros Occidental, sugar bowl of the Philippines.
As for their flora and fauna, we are now with Manical, one of the farmers here in Guimaras, and he will show us the different plants and animals that are abundant in this region.
Maayong udtong manang at sa inyong tanan. Join me as we learn about Western Visayas, flora and fauna. In terms of flora, palay was the most abundant temporary crop in the region, followed by corn and as the sugar bowl of the Philippines. Negros Occidental produces more than half of the country's sugar. In addition, banana was the dominant permanent crop, followed by coconut trees, coffee, robusta, ipil-ipil, and calamansi. Now let us talk about the fauna. According to the agriculture sector in Western Visayas, the most abundant livestock were hogs, carabao, cattle, goats, chicken, and ducks. And that concludes the flora and fauna of Western Visayas. Salamat kayo!
Now, come with us to learn the language, culture, traits, belief.
The famous food delicacies of each other provinces here in Region 6. Tara!
Welcome to the oldest province in the Philippines, Aklan. The most prominent language here is Akanon, which is spoken by the majority of the Aklanon. Although the majority of the people here is now Christian, belief in the power of the Babaylan has not completely disappeared, in spite of their dwindling numbers. As for the foods, ubod, atsara, seafood kinilaw are must try.
Now, we are in Antique. The Kinaray language is mostly spoken in the province Antique. It is believed to be one of the places where there are many mythical creatures that roams around us, like Tamawo, Bagat, and Nunu sa Punso. Tourists must try their atsara and carne frita.
Welcome to Capiz. Capiznon or Capiceño is the language spoken in this province. Catholicism and reverence for patron saints here are not completely replaced. Their belief in encanto or supernatural beings such as aswang, tik-tik, wakwak, duende, and so on. In terms of food, Capiz have binusog na lukos.
Welcome to Guimaras. The people here speak Hiligaynon and Kinaray as their primary languages. The Panay Bukidnon are known for the epic chants which depict stories from their history. People here also known for the being hardworking, polite, and cheerful. As of their foods, they having a mango pizza and of course their famous mangoes, which is considered one of the sweetest world.
We are now in Iloilo. Their language here is Hiligaynon or Ilonggo. And just a fun fact, did you know that Ilonggos believe that pregnant are not allowed to eat foods with black color to avoid having a child who is dark complexion? The must-try foods here are pancit molo and
Last is the sugar bowl of the Philippines, Negros Occidental. Majority of the people here speak is Ilonggo or Hiligaynon as their languages, and they value hospitality, family, humor, and hard work. And when family cooks a special meal, they share a bit with their neighbors. Their famous food is binga, especially in Bacolod, chicken inasal.
Now we will share the 4 A's of each provinces in this region. And now let's start with Aklan. There is 2 choices of transportation to reach the Aklan. First, by air. Cebu Pacific, Philippine Airlines, and AirAsia offers flights from Manila Airport to Calibo Airport. Second is by land. Manila to Aklan bus services are operated by Piltranco located at Piltranco Pasay Station. These are some recreational activities that tourists should not miss. Once you get tired, don't worry. Aklan offers extensive lodging accommodation.
next stop, Antique, and to go there by air, Philippine Airlines has 3 flights weekly to Antique via Clark. These are on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. By land, Genesis has P2P buses traveling from Naiya 3, Trinoma, and Ortigas to Clark International Airport. From the airport, you can ride tricycle to go to your destination. Antique Rice Terraces is a must-visit place. It is built by Iraynon Bukidnon Indigenous Group. From accommodation, you can stay to Pahod Beach Resort and Chiquis Seaside.
We are now off to Capiz. Philippine Airlines Cebu Pacific offers flights from Manila Airport to Rojas Airport. It's also accessible by sea because there is a direct ferry departing from Manila and arriving to Bacolod City. You must visit Olotoyan Island, which is surrounded by clear emerald waters filled with marine life and white sand beaches. These are some recreational activities that tourists should not miss. Accommodation, we have
We are now going to Guimaras. By air, Guimaras can be reached through plane ride from Manila Airport to the new Iloilo Airport. From there, you can ride a taxi to the WAPS in Iloilo City. You will then take a pump boat ride going to Guimaras. By sea, you can ride Manila Port to Fort Santiago Pedro, then take the pump boat ride to Jordan or Buena Vista Wharf, and by land, from Cubao, you can take the bus going to Jordan Roro Wharf. Here, we must visit Tatlong Pulo Beach. It is a scheduled and underdeveloped cove with white sand beach and crystal clear water. The activities you can do here is trekking, unwind, and learn about marine life. As for the accommodation, you can stay at the Ryman Beach Resort and Jan Gleisel Beach Resort.
Now, we're now heading to Iloilo International Airport. Serves direct domestic flight from Iloilo to major Philippine Airlines such as Cebu Pacific, Philippine Airlines, PAL Express, and Semco. And by land, Tagbak Terminal in Haro District serves routine from Manila. Gigantes Island is a must-place visit. It was pristine beaches, clear water, and huge rock formations. In terms of accommodation, you will stay at the
Our last stop is Negros Occidental. The only major airport in Negros Occidental is Bacolod Silay International Airport. It has daily flights to and from Manila on Philippine Airlines and Cebu Pacific, and by sea to go travel serves routes from Manila. The must-visit place here is the ruins, which is considered as Taj Mahal of the Philippines. The activities here include zipline, skybike, or eat at Mandokan Country. As for the accommodation, you can stay at Punta Bulata Resort in Kauayan and Circle Inn located in Bacolod.